Come in, come in. The show's about to begin. We have Dr.Nyce on YenYorkCity tonight. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Yen from New York City, coming to you live from New York City. And tonight we have a very awesome special guest. His name is Dr. Nyce. And he's a multi-talented streamer here. He's a multi-instrumental streamer, and he sings, he's a composer, and he has a doctorate in music and art. So yeah, we have a doctor in the house. So it's gonna be awesome to get to know him more. He's classically trained. He plays piano, guitar, bass, saxophone, and that's just a couple of things that he plays. So I'm really excited to have him on the show because he's just one of those really rare diamonds that I found early on this year, and I was like, I got to get him on the podcast because he's just amazing. He does looping, he does all kinds of different music streams with album playthroughs. So he's done like The Wall, he's done Karen Carpenter, just to name a few. And I think he did a Tom Petty special a couple of weeks ago. Really amazing, super talented. And so yeah, we're gonna get to know him more, and he's gonna play for us here tonight. And yeah, so without further ado, I want to introduce you Dr. Nyce. So Doc, are you ready for me?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Dr. Nyce here on YenYorkCity Live. There he goes. Thank you so much. How are you, Zach? So his name is Zach, and yeah,
I'm Zach. Yeah.
Dr. Nyce, because he is a doctor in music and art. So this is a treat. This is the first time we've ever had anyone with a doctorate in music and art, which is freaking amazing. I mean, I'm really interested in how that all happened and how you fell in love with music. So before we talk all about that, I want to go and retract a little bit on how you found out about Twitch, and when did you start streaming on Twitch?
So I started streaming on Twitch in I want to say mid to late March, and I actually started streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the same time, because at that point it was getting really scary in the U.S. with the pandemic and cases rising and everything. So most gigs and events got canceled, and I was spending more time at my computer playing games, hanging out with friends on Discord, and they recommended, hey, you should check out Twitch. So that's how I got started, and also my brother-in-law recommended it as well. So that's kind of why I got started with it, and I didn't know anything about it. I knew that it was a gaming platform for streamers, or a streaming platform for gamers, rather, and that's about it. I didn't realize anything about the subscriptions or bits or the community or anything like that. But then once I started, I was like, holy cow, this is really interesting, and it's really fun, and the community is fantastic, especially the music community. And
yeah, for sure.
It's just great, and I got to meet so many new people and so many musicians and just people who love music. So yeah, that's how I got started on Twitch, basically.
Wow. So it's definitely the time to stream this year, especially with all the venues closed, and being a musician has been hard on a lot of people that are used to playing out. Also, I gotta introduce you to my co-host, EJ Luna Official. I forgot to introduce him with everything, so we are a little late. So guys, I'm sorry, but fashionably late. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It was Halloween this weekend. And how did you spend it, Doc? What did you do? I know you have a new baby in the house too. So did they dress up and do anything for Halloween this weekend?
Yeah, so I actually had a wedding on Halloween. I had one of the few gigs that I held on to, uh, and so we didn't do anything that day. But in the morning, my son, who's only like 7 weeks right now, he's going to be 8 weeks soon.
7 weeks.
Yeah, he was a dinosaur.
Oh.
He had a fuzzy hat and a onesie. And my daughter, who's 3, was, you guessed it, Princess Elsa.
Oh,
nice.
of course.
So we actually went to like a bakery that had like some live music, and it was outside, so it was just kind of fun. And she got a lot of candy, and then that night, my wife and I finally watched The Mandalorian.
Finally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with a newborn.
Well, you gotta catch up now that the new season's gonna start coming out soon.
Oh yeah. It was the new season. We watched the first episode of the new season.
Oh, so it is out now.
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Well,
Now I gotta start watching that.
It's like, oh, dude, it's good. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
I watched it twice.
No.
I watched it twice actually.
Nice. Wait, how many episodes are out right now for the new season?
Just one.
Just one. Okay, so they're doing it once a week again.
Yeah, which is whatever.
Yeah. So did you buy like candy to give away or?
No, we did because I didn't get home from the wedding until like the community I live in had like a trick or treat night, but we weren't able to like be there in time for it, so we didn't get any candy to give out to kids or anything like that. We're that house on the block.
Yeah.
So much.
We had like a bunch of candy laid out for the kids to come by, and I don't think we probably had like 3 people that came over out of like the mass that we usually get. So
Yeah, actually, it's funny. Last year we set a bowl of candy. It was like the same thing. Like I had a show or something, so we set a bowl of candy on the front porch, like a big bowl, and it was gone. Like everything, the candy and the bowl. Like
Thanks so much, Randy.
Hey, Randy Newman.
You got your peeps coming in. We got who came in? A TV Head
TV
90.
Head.
Oh, is
Yay.
that's from your community? Your community is
Yeah.
really nice. I
We
love
got
going
them.
into your streams. Everyone's super nice. So yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the community is like everything. If it wasn't for the chat, the people like Randy Newman
Randy's
and
here.
Lips and TV Head, I saw.
were they one of the first few of your viewers that started watching you, or?
Yeah, pretty much. And TV Head and Randy Newman have been there from like the very beginning. And
Wow.
Duderino, yeah, too.
Tutorino.
Awesome.
Oh, I love that name. Thanks for the follow. Thanks so
Nice.
much.
They've been like incredibly helpful. And like with time and their generosity and like helping me understand, because like I'm kind of like this Twitch dad kind of person where I don't fully understand like a lot of things,
It's
So-
been
All those
great.
boomers.
Okay, boomer.
He's not a boomer yet.
Yeah,
Our
right,
parents are boomers, I guess.
The thresholds. Doesn't matter if you're not of the younger generation. We're all boomers.
Everybody wants to call everyone boomers.
I'm a millennial, but we're still boomers nonetheless.
Same. Yeah.
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 Wow. So
But, yeah.
so the lockdown happened around March. So when did you start getting into Twitch? Like when was your first live broadcast on Twitch?
I don't even know.
You don't
even
remember?
know.
I mean, we all have an anniversary, but sometimes you don't even remember because you're just like, I'm just gonna go live today.
Yeah, and I was live to like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And I first went live on Facebook because that's where I have the most following right now. And I don't know why I didn't tell you that that one for a link. But anyway, I first went live on Facebook, and I don't even remember when that was.
But it was this year, right? Did it start this year?
It was this year. Yeah, it
Okay.
started for sure this year. Yeah, I want to say like late. I remember doing something in late March, maybe like I don't know. I can't tell you the date. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So
His account was created the 21st of March.
Okay, so yeah, that probably would have
Okay.
been the.
all right. So let's even go back. Let's go a little bit more and rewind because okay, you are a doctor, right? And Zach is a doctor in music and art. So when did you fall in love, and what was your first instrument that you picked up, and how old were you when you decided that you wanted to pursue music? So rewind.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's a great question. So I grew up with a piano in the house, right? So basically, what happened was I would spend a lot of time at the piano, just not playing anything. Well, playing something, right? And so much so that my mom was like, "We should get you piano lessons." So I started piano lessons. I started doing that when I was like 3,
Oh my
like
god.
just playing around on the piano. And then lessons actually started when I was 5.
Like serious ones. Like,
Yeah, more serious ones.
yeah.
Certainly more serious than me just like sitting at the piano and bopping around.
Yeah.
So then I took lessons all through I mean all through my life almost pretty much. But when I got into high school and I stuck with lessons, I had a teacher who was very lax but still had like some kind of like tried to get some incentive for me to practice. So that was good, but she would let me play what I wanted to play. So at that time I was interested in classical music and improvisation, and she was a church organist who could improvise, right? And I remember seeing her do that was like, it blew my mind. It was like the most amazing thing to put a simple hymn or a simple like form of lead sheet or a chord chart or whatever in front of her, and to watch her create music that was just like spontaneous. So I remember that being like a really important focal point with me in music. So then at like towards the end of high school, I decided that I wanted to try it. Like, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's so hard. Like you can't do it. You can't make a career in music. You got to be famous or whatever."
Of course they would say that.
Yeah.
Right. So, so I was like, okay, well, why don't I try going to school for music, going to university for music? So I did that. I did well. I learned a lot. That's when lessons like really started happening. Like the actual education of music started happening in my life, where I went from, I would say an amateur to actually somebody who was pretty skillful in those 4 years of undergraduate. I had a teacher who was incredibly good, but also really, I don't want to say demanding. She had very high standards, which was good for me because I could kind of like slack off and procrastinate and be a little less studious than I should have been.
Yeah.
Rebellious, yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But that really turned me actually into a musician.
Yeah.
And from there, applied to master's programs, got accepted with a stipend, so I was able to then get an assistantship. So I would be working as I was getting my degree. And that was in Bowling Green State in Ohio, where I met some of the people from Randy Newman's Cleveland,
Oh,
a good
so
friend of mine.
you guys
Oh,
go
nice.
back then.
Yeah, yeah. And then I figured, like, okay, I've been in school for like 6 years at this point. Why not go for the whole kit and caboodle? So I applied for the doctorate program and was
Wow.
accepted, and then like worked like really hard for about 5 years, and then finally graduated.
Have you thought about like teaching, like professor
Yeah.
work?
So I said that when I finished my doctorate, I wanted to take some time off of academia, and I teach privately. I teach ages from like 7 to I have a student who's in her 50s, so students of all ages. But I still don't want to go back to academia. I still feel comfortable outside of it, and I'm not saying that I never will like pursue like a professorship at a university. But as of right now, I like what I'm doing, and I enjoy it, and it's a lot of work.
More relax.
More relax. There you go. There you
Doesn't
go.
worry about like setting up with that templates and like, projections of plans and stuff. You're like, hey, just sit down and play. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I don't want to write a syllabi. I don't want to write syllabus.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just like, I don't know.
That's
I was
nuts.
terrible at grading too. That was part of the assistantship where I used to teach like theory and music history to undergrad students, and I was just like, the grading would just like pile up and pile up, and my mentor would be like, "You got to grade these."
I don't wanna.
It was just kind of babyish, I guess. You know, it's like just do the work. But
Yeah.
I never felt really passionate about grading a theory paper. Like, I feel more passionate talking about music theory than I do marking a paper with red ink. You know what I mean?
I'm still learning music theory. Like, I have like an idea in the grasp. It's just memorizing it. It's a pain.
Yeah, I understand. And do you play keyboard? Are you familiar with keyboard at all? Pianos?
Yeah. I write music via MIDI using a MIDI keyboard.
Okay.
And I play by ear, so like I know like middle C, cycle of fifths, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like adjusting between modes and knowing scales and stuff like that, and like what keys work with other keys as far as like key signatures and changes and whatnot. So it's like those complexities is what I'm really struggling in as far as
Right.
like knowing where to go from one point to another and not repeating yourself.
Right. Yeah. I think the one thing is like people who really love music theory love it because it is what it is. It is like a mathematical approach to music, but it's only a tool for you to draw on if you're stuck composing or making a piece of music, right? Because in the end, you want to do what sounds good or sounds interesting or fits like the atmosphere of the composition or piece of music that you want to create. And theory is only, it's called theory for a reason, right? It's not like fact, music fact,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's just like, okay, maybe we can understand it better if we explain it in these terms using like math stuffs.
Mhm.
I don't know, but that's my take on it. Like, it's not.
It's a guideline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I just gotta remember it.
Right.
But yeah, that's cool, man. I've always wanted to like dive into the whole like educational aspect of things, because like as a drummer, like I'm more rhythmic and notation is different with percussion. And
Yeah.
I know like I'm not a fluent reader in percussion, so like I know the basics, and I know like quarter notes, eighth notes, and all that stuff, and the positioning on the staff. But I know like when you're reading it as far as sheet music with like keys or any of those instruments that involve melody, like all that changes.
Yeah. I probably couldn't read a lick of drum sheet music. Like, yeah, it's as foreign to me as like probably like reading piano music would be for you. I'm assuming. I don't want to assume.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. But it is cool. I mean, like I don't read sheet music for guitar. Actually, I read tabs because that's what I started on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So you picked up on the piano first, very young on. You were 3, then by 5 you were like, okay, I really want to hone the piano. So when did you pick up the guitar then? Because you play guitar too.
Guitar was like middle school when I was getting interested in girls and stuff, and it's just like
I get
played
it.
I loved like Foo Fighters and stuff and rock bands like that, and I was like, well, they all have guitars. Like, there's nobody, So I could like, that's my honest answer. But I really love the guitar, especially as an instrument of folk music, because now I look at guitar as a portable instrument that like was used by people who wrote songs and sung songs and traveled.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's an idea of that where it's like a troubadour, like a bard, like traveling the countryside and like sharing ideas and histories through music and like sitting around a campfire, stuff like that. I think that as I got older, that's why I wanted to stick with guitar, keep playing guitar.
So how many
Yeah.
instruments do you play? Because I did mention a couple.
Yeah, people ask me that a lot, and I don't have a number because it's so skewed in terms of skill, right?
Okay.
So piano is like one, it's up here, and then guitar. I've been playing for a long time, but I wouldn't consider myself really a guitarist, and that's just I try to stay humble with these things because I don't want to. So guitar is like two, and then I've been playing harmonica for a long time, three, and then I don't know if you would consider organ as a separate instrument because it is very different and it's used in a lot of different situations.
Wait, different than like keys?
Yeah, so
Organist.
and it's different to play as well. Like, so you need to, if you're playing an organ, you need to have really well developed like legato style fingering, because as soon as you take your finger off of the key, the sound stops, right? So with piano, there's like some reverberation. There's like some continuation of the sound after you take your.
Oh, so there's no sustain or anything like that.
Exactly. So you have to play with this kind of like spider-ish, like, and that's church organ. And like playing organ for a rock band is different as well because you're using the slide or the fader, drawbars rather, and all kinds of stuff. Plus your feet are going.
Oh yeah, you have those bass notes on the feet, right?
Yeah, so it's like it's very different. Like piano, you got your two hands, and your feet are using one, maybe two of three pedals at the same time. But with organ, you got a whole nother manual. So these are called This is called a manual. The keyboard basically. This is called a keyboard rather. On organ, you'll have sets of manuals, which are basically like keyboards.
Are they like broken down in colors? Like I've seen ones like some of them like have like different shades for sections.
Yeah. So especially like with the combo organs of like the 60s and 70s, you'll have like the cool, I think like Vox Jaguars one where the keys are reversed. So like the white ones are black and the black ones are white. And it looks so cool. It looks so cool.
Negative keyboards. You play in reverse.
Yeah. I also, saxophone is like really new for me. I'm just kind of learning the saxophone, and I don't have it with me actually because it's not working. But
I know. Last time I was redeeming the saxophone playing, the playing, and I was like, "Damn!" And you're like, "Oh, actually, I don't have a saxophone now." I'm like,
start busting out some Kenny G.
Yeah.
I also played violin for a little while. Ukulele, I play a little ukulele. I would say that's about it. I don't know, like 7, 8 maybe.
Banjo wants to play.
And the kazoo. I know people redeem the kazoo. That's just like a funny thing that people like doing is and harmonica, right? Like there's redemptions. And also, speaking of banjos, that's your kitty right there named Banjo, and you can redeem treats for him, and he's just such a chill cat. Look at him. He's beautiful.
There was a hidden redemption to treat Banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's we say that he's the real streamer. He's the actual streamer.
He's so relaxed and so cool, just sitting there.
He's like, don't stop. What are you doing?
He wants to be closer, I think.
Hydrate.
Love me.
I'm gonna give him a treat.
Yeah, he's asking for it. He's asking for the treat.
He's like, come on. Look at me. You want to give me a treat.
There you go, buddy.
So we were talking about guitars and bands. So did you ever form a band like in college? And how was that like? If you did have a band, I would love to hear how your first gig went.
Was it a Billy Joel tribute?
No, I like that though. I like the Billy Joel tribute idea. No, I like maybe a couple jam sessions with friends, but like I like where I grew up, where I went to like elementary, middle school, high school. there aren't many people, period, but there also aren't many musicians. So I didn't really have. I had some friends who liked music, and we tried to understand like how it was to play in a band, and we met up a couple times, but nothing ever really took off. Um, and in college, I didn't really have time, unfortunately. Like I was so invested in like playing Beethoven and Bach and all that that I couldn't like learn any other music. However, after academics and studying and everything was over, I joined a classic rock band called Cats 22, KATZ 22. And we just do like straight up classic rock. But we also do like the stuff that we like to do. So we do some Boston, some of the more heavier, like almost prog-ish rock. Like Boston, we do a lot of Toto, which is super fun.
Nice. Africa.
We don't do Africa. I want to do Africa so bad, but I don't think they want to do it.
It's funny because there's such a spectrum to that. Either people love it or they hate it. It's so
like
funny.
Oh no! I think it's getting overplayed now.
Well, that's
actually.
the thing. It's like the creep of.
It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad as was that Caroline song? What is that?
Oh, Sweet Caroline. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
it's getting to that point.
Yeah, Sweet Caroline. Like people want to hear it all the time. When I do play shows, which is rare now, like at live, like outside shows, people want to hear Sweet Caroline. And I can't stand that song, so I stop.
The real
in the middle.
boomers want to hear Caroline.
Yeah,
Caroline.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I stop in the middle of the song, and everybody's like, "Oh, the music stopped." I say, "Listen, I hate this song," and it gets a big laugh every time.
That's why they request it, because they know you hate it.
Yeah, it's not on my song list, actually. Twitch song list. I don't think it is.
So
But
then,
anyway.
what are your major influences and your favorite bands then?
I've always liked the big ones, Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Santana.
Okay.
As I got Tom Petty too. As I got more invested in music, then I started to get really into progressive rock. Yes was like a really big turning point for me in listening to music. Yeah, for sure. Specifically the album Fragile by Yes.
Good one.
Also Queen. So that was kind of like formative years in like early to mid teens. Started to listen to a lot more progressive rock, and then like eventually got into Rush. Rush was huge for me. And I'm strictly talking popular music right now.
Mm-hmm.
But really early in my life, it was Beethoven. When I was a kid, it was Beethoven.
Well, yeah, the classically trained pianist that you are, you got into all the greats.
Yeah.
All the classics.
The thing that's crazy about Beethoven was like he was deaf in the end of his life, but he wasn't born deaf, so he knew he was going deaf.
Yeah.
Right? And he has this reputation of that he was like a rude or mean person. But if you can imagine like being one of the greatest living composers and also going deaf and not wanting people to know
Yeah.
that you're going deaf, it's like
Yeah,
a
that's
double-edged sword. Like,
devastating.
yeah, very, very tragic story. But lately I really love, I've been listening to a lot of like Steely Dan.
Another classic, yeah.
Yeah. I am very influenced by older music. Whether it's like Steely Dan or Beethoven, like really old.
But you have like the extreme, right? You have like, so what's your favorite genre of music? Or do you have one?
I don't know. I listen to some things more than others. Like I listen to classic rock the most, especially because of the album nights. Like I listen to a lot to get ready for whatever album I'm trying to play through.
Yeah,
right?
the album playthroughs are amazing. Those streams.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I love them.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. They're tough. Some of them are really tough.
Yeah.
But so because of that, it's like I listen to a lot of classic rock, and I really enjoy it too. So I would have to say that is up there. I also like to listen to jazz. I also really like jazz.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a vibe. It's like the mood you're in, right?
right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I
So what
like
would you?
electro swing.
Electro swing.
It's
Yeah.
good.
That's really cool. I used to listen to a lot of swing. I went through a big swing phase. It's really cool. But I imagine like electro swing is like EDM inspired.
with swing elements, yeah. It's actually
That's
pretty cool.
yeah, that is cool.
You haven't heard any of
I don't
electro
think I
swing?
have.
Oh,
I
we're
don't
gonna
think
have
I
to show you
have.
some
No.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested in that for sure.
Or like you like big band stuff too, right?
I like big band. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are fun.
Count Basie and like Duke Ellington. I listen to a lot of them. And you know, I mean, that's like considered jazz too. So it's like genres are really like amorphous.
Mm.
And like you said, like electro swing, like that's like two things kind of married together. And you know, it's hard to pick a genre, but I would have to say that classic rock. Like I've listened to so much classic rock, and I enjoy it. So
It's really
Not
the
as bad as
best. Yeah.
it's not as bad as metal, where metal there's like 50 other subgenres of metal.
right, yeah, right.
Well,
Well,
what's
yeah, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, like the medals and the. So, what's the most outlandish song you've ever got requested on your stream that you're not like? You wouldn't say you're not a big fan, but you're like, I'll play it. But you were kind of like, whoa, this is out of my what I'm really used to playing.
Um, that's a great question. Video game music.
Oh,
Actually.
okay. Yeah.
In the world of Twitch, like
Ben
I need
Folds.
I need to learn more. Yeah, Ben Folds was fun.
Which
but
one,
I don't,
Brick?
Brick was I love Brick. I love that album now.
I remember
Like,
I went to see them. It was a festival and they played and they were pretty nice, you know, back in the day.
yeah, they're
And they
good.
were really
I mean,
big.
You met them?
Well, back in the 90s when it was like that song was really popular, they
Yeah.
did play a festival and it was nice. I mean, I remember it was Fuel, it was them, it was Green Day. Yeah, it was really fun. It was fun. But that was the time that, you know, I mean, I think the 90s were really fun.
Yeah.
For music. But yeah, I like Ben. I remember everybody was like in the audience were like, yeah, Ben. It was so funny. And it just became a thing. Me and my brothers used to like say, yeah, Ben. It was a very interesting crowd, I would say. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. But do you like them too?
I do. I like I hadn't listened to a lot of Ben Folds. Like it hadn't been one of my big influences, but that's what I love about these album nights. Like I get an album that I've never listened to before, and by the end of the week, I love it, and I understand. I can connect with people that also love it because they're like, "Hey, do this album," and I'm like, "Crap, okay, I have a lot of work to do because I know none of these songs, right?" But by the end of it, it's like I understand. Okay, like yeah, I dig it.
But
Like the
you
Ben Folds
actually
thing.
did Dark Side of the Moon, which is insane. That's a tough one. And you
Yeah,
did
that
album
one was-
playthrough.
Yeah, I mean, the album playthroughs are like I do what I can in a week, you know, and I try to just like capture like what it is about the song that is so interesting and why it's long lasting. In the case of like the older albums, Dark Side was one for me. That I put that in there and I was like, this is my favorite album of all time. I'm doing it. You know,
But yeah.
uh,
So that's one of your favorite albums of all time.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of mine too.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, there's like a whole other. We could talk for hours and hours.
I know.
Yeah.
My dad,
For each
huge
of the
Pink Floyd
songs.
fan. Yeah. So what are your top 10 albums, I guess? I usually say 5 to 10 because sometimes people think it's too hard to really have 10. So I usually say, well, what are your top 5 albums in your time capsule that you like could listen to it from beginning to end and you'll never get bored of them?
Oh yeah. Well, I got to throw Okay, so Dark Side of the Moon is one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw that one in there. I got to put like a Yes album. I would say probably Yes, when I first got introduced to Yes, it was Fragile, the album Fragile. But then when I listened to more of them, I really like Close to the Edge, actually. So I'm gonna put Close to the Edge by Yes in there. I got to go with the Rush album, so I'm gonna say Exit Stage Left because it's live, and that's one of my biggest regrets is not going to see Rush live before the passing of Neil Peart. So I would say Exit Stage Left by Rush. I got to put Led Zeppelin 4 in, and that's 4 of them. Let's see. I want to get something maybe like a little.
Well, you can give us the whole 10 if it's because
Okay.
yeah, everyone either finds it very hard or very like, yeah, oh, there's so many, I can't choose only 10. So
I'm gonna just start naming albums then
okay.
and try to keep track. So Asia by Steely Dan, I really love that album.
Yeah.
The Point by Harry Nilsson, which is a little bit less, or it's a little bit less well known, but it's still a fantastic album. I have to say Inner Visions by Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah, I know you play a lot of Stevie Wonder. I love when you play Stevie Wonder. You play it really well. I love it when you
Thank
sing.
you.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's really hard. Stevie Wonder is an incredible musician, and he like records like all the parts, dude. Like,
Oh.
Now do it blindfolded.
yeah, it's incredible. He's like
He's incredible, yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
he's like a prodigy. He's like a prodigy for
Seriously.
real. I could keep going. Probably, A Stranger by Billy Joel. Really important album for me. I really like. Now I can't think of the name of it. If I can't think of the name of it, it's probably not my top album.
No.
Right? So
You
I think I'm.
throw that in the back burner.
Yeah, I could probably keep naming them. I just want to. Like, those are the ones that are off the top of my head. So that's like those are the ones that I really am attached to. And
Yeah, here it goes.
sorry. Yeah, the White Album by the Beatles.
Of
Oh,
course,
nice.
you have to have a Beatle album. in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And I'm thinking I'm gonna stop.
Okay,
Bruce
well,
Hornsby.
Oh my God, Bruce Hornsby in the Range. Yeah, The Way It Is by Bruce Hornsby in the Range.
see,
Yeah, for
TV
sure.
Head got you. He's like, wait a second, isn't that one that you really love?
And my chat knows me better than I do.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy was in a band with you, or he went to college with you?
He's just a friend. He's a friend. We used to play trivia together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hope
Music
that's okay.
trivia.
Just like well-rounded trivia, any kind of trivia.
Oh.
Or he used to play against me, rather, sometimes.
I was like, let's see who's smarter, me or you?
He's definitely smart. He's smarter. I have no problem.
Yeah, I can't do trivia. I'm really bad at that kind of stuff. I could barely remember what I did yesterday. So what kind of keyboards you have running there?
So I have a Roland Juno DS 88, so it's 88 keys. I have this over here is a Casio Privia 5S. It's a good keyboard. I use it for organ emulation in my band. And behind me, let me move because it looks cool.
At a Rhodes? Oh.
Unfortunately, not. Like, it looks like a Rhodes. So people come in and stream and they're
Yeah,
like,
with the body.
exactly. Yeah, like, oh, you have a Rhodes? It's not a Rhodes. It's an RMI Electro piano, which was made in like the late '60s in North Carolina. By the company's called Rocky Mountain Instruments. But it was used by like popular bands of its time, like Genesis and Deep Purple, and
yeah.
Steve Winwood used one a little bit. Rick Wakeman, people like that. So, and then I have a Yamaha back there in a case, and then I have a Roland VK7 that doesn't work right now, and I'm really bummed about it. And then upstairs, I have a Baldwin Spinet piano that I practice on.
Nice. Wait, what's that little one?
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
This is a melodica. This is a I couldn't even tell you the brand.
Oh, that's the one that you blow into it and you.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wow. Charge!
I had to look in. Yeah, it's just, you can call them air pianos or melodicas, and this is kind of like a newer model. The older models are really cool. They have like a whistly, much more airy sound.
What's your
Nice.
dream keyboard then? If like you would say. Which
Oh
one?
my gosh, that's an awesome question. That's a great question because I love to think about stuff.
Yeah.
Like gear.
Korg Triton.
I mean, they're great. They're great. If I'm talking like dream, I would really like a Wurlitzer, a Rhodes. Stage Rhodes would be awesome.
I'll see if my dad's selling his Fender Rhodes.
Yes, yes, please. Yeah. Or giving it away for free works.
Yeah. It's heavy, dude. That thing.
Fine way.
They are.
You have to
heavy.
move it from one room to the other. Oh,
Is it
like
the
a
one?
giant table.
Is it the one where the legs screw in?
Yeah, the metal legs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's like a leather casing, like a hard leather casing, and it has the plastic shell,
Yep.
and then there's a knobs in the front
Yeah.
to
yeah.
change the frequencies. It's crazy.
Those are so cool. Those are
Yeah.
so cool. They're really heavy. This one actually, the legs fold in, which is nice.
Ooh.
So you don't have to like, like imagine like a leg falls out of the van when you're going to a gig. Like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? But in terms of like modern keyboards, I really like a Nord Lead 2. Would be really cool.
Or Seaboard.
Oh yeah, that would be cool too. Yeah, I've never played one actually.
Those look amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do they call those other ones? The continuums? It's like a giant strip,
well,
like a ribbon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you can stick them together, right? Or not the Seaboards, but the Continuum.
Continuums? I don't know. I think
I might
they
be
sell them
thinking
as separate modulars.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, a Wurlitzer would be really, they call them Whirlies. Rhodes has a great classic EP sound. And Wurlitzer is like right up there with the Rhodes sound. It's different in its own way, but still great. Like a clavinet, I would love like a Hohner D clavinet. That's really cool.
I could just see it now. Like your entire back room is just gonna be filled with keyboards and
Yeah, I don't have room.
pianos. The guitars and everything is gonna go down.
Right.
Is that a case for a keyboard, or is that?
Yeah, there's a keyboard in it. Actually.
There's one in there.
Yeah, there's one in there. It's one of those Yamahas. But even like the cheap like Yamaha or like Casio like little toy keyboards, you can find some really cool sounds. Just messing around through the presets. Like that one has like this great flute sound that I used to use at gigs. I just bring that keyboard just for the stupid flute sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was this old Yamaha P90, I think it was, or a P80.
Yeah, P90.
And the synths sounds like before the upgrade to the 120s, I think they were. The strings were more synthy in a sense versus stringy, and we liked that better because it was more full than tingy, you know.
Yep. I'm watching the chat. Yeah, original Oberheim. Yeah, for sure. Joby Wankanobi.
Joby Wankanobi.
That's a good name too. Is that one of your peeps too? Joby Wankanobi
No, I don't know Joby Wankanobi.
Well, welcome.
like them.
Joby.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, Oberheim OB6 is that one for sure. What What else? There's so many keyboards on the.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Wow.
The dream list.
Well, now you don't have to lug them everywhere because you stream and everything is right there in the comfort, of your own home.
It's true. It's only partially true though, because like if I do have a gig, which I do still book gigs because like I got to pay bills. So I have to tear everything down. Depending on the gig, I have to tear everything down and then reset up. And it's also usually on the weekends when I have a show. So
and it's your main setup, right? Like that you have right now.
Yeah, it's my main setup. It's different though. Like, sometimes I'll just take this keyboard. Like if I have like a swanky wedding, I'll take this.
Swanky wedding.
Because this one has like this nice.
Well, you just had a wedding but it was your friend's wedding this weekend, right?
It was a friend, but I was hired for it.
Oh, okay.
These are the weddings that are budget $30,000. This is the weddings that are budget $150,000.
Swaggy with where we get fancy.
It's different. It's kind of like I've even taken this thing out to shows sometimes, but
once. I know the next question I want to ask. Have you ever been to a wedding and it was like a disaster and it was just like a humorous afterwards? I mean, when it happened, it wasn't funny, but like. Tell us a funny story of a wedding that if there's any, because I always like hearing those.
Oh my gosh. I can't think. I'm trying to think. I've done a lot of weddings. There's one story.
Broken hand wedding? Which one's that one? That one has a title and everything. TV head.
Oh yeah, nice TV head. Yeah, there is like a deeply like dramatic story about a wedding that I played for, but it involves like some personal information that I don't.
Give out. Okay, I got you.
I'm
sorry.
No, we get it.
Yeah.
But
it's fine,
the broken hand wedding, I can tell. So I forget who I was with. I was with a friend and. We were downtown. Alcohol may have been involved.
Okay, of course.
And I was walking home. I tripped and I fell, and I broke my pinky.
Oh no!
Not the pinky!
I broke my left hand pinky, and if you play some piano, you know that you need your left hand pinky to play the low
octaves.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a wedding the next weekend, so I had a splint. And I basically like had to rewrite like most of my wedding stuff in order.
Oh no!
It was just like
that is tough.
Yeah, it was tough. So it wasn't. That's not a funny wedding story.
That's more of a tragic story.
Yeah, I only have tragic wedding stories. I have to say. I did do a wedding recently where the thing with weddings is that they're so friggin' stressful.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be there. You can't be rude. You gotta be like, everything's happy-go-lucky. Everything's going to be great. And yet you have to set up a microphone for an outside service. And then you have to take your PA and move it to the barn. And, we don't want you to play music in the barn. We just want you to be a DJ.
Oh,
and then,
no.
and then we want you to play for, the cake cutting, but you got
So like they hire you to be a keyboardist, but they also want you to be a DJ. It was like, that's going to cost extra.
I know.
So what's the most played wedding song you've ever played? Like that you're like tired of? You're like, oh, of course they're going to request this one. This one's like a given.
Canon and D, because it's like the only wedding song that people know.
You play that right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Meow 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 meow
Yeah,
meow meow.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh man, yeah.
Why is that a song that everyone wants?
At a wedding?
At a wedding.
Why?
It's not this.
It sounds sad.
I know.
It is sad. I don't know. It's just like
It sounds
it's
like a
the
graduation song to me. I don't know
thing.
why. Yes.
I actually like the graduation song, but I don't know why it's Canon and D, but it's always Canon and D.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So.
That's funny. Yeah. So that's it. What was the other one? So okay, so that you have still a lot of gigs like those. So what's your favorite type of venue to play then? Or do you have like a story that you would want to share that was like the worst and best gig that you've ever had? I know, okay, we're not going to talk about the Pinky. We already said the Pinky, that one, so we don't have to talk about the worst, right? But which
Right,
one was
right.
the fun, the one that you're like, that was a good gig? If all my gigs could go like that, I would love to have a gig like that every day.
Cat wants to play.
Cat wants to play, yeah. I have to
Angel.
say there's a local venue. So where I'm from, again, it's a rural area in central Pennsylvania, and there are a lot of these old farmhouses with barns that are getting refurbished for people to do weddings, receptions, and ceremonies and private events and stuff like that. So I often play at them, and the one was was so much fun because there's a Steinway grand piano there,
Ooh.
right? Um, and it was a surprise to me. So I got there. There's a Steinway. They asked me to play for a, about an hour. So I play for about an hour, and then there's a couple people that just grab instruments and come up and join in. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop. And they were good. It was so much fun. It was like a paid jam session. It was incredibly fun. And
All improv.
like we did a lot of improv. We were like, hey, do you want to let's just do a blues, and we did, and everybody knew what that meant, right? And we would also do some like simple 3-chord songs that we could do together. But the crowd, I have to say, like any show where the crowd is into it and there's a big crowd is
Yeah.
always the best show.
Because you
It's
feed
always
off
the
of
best
that
show.
energy, you know, of them, like back and forth. Like if they're into it and you're into it, you're like, yeah, and then it's just like, it's a
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And musicians always play better when they're getting positive feedback.
Oh yeah, because that's the energy. Like you're just
Yeah.
you're feeling that, and then like you're portraying more of that positive energy. So
Yeah. And I love that Twitch has a way of recreating that in the form of chat and
Yeah.
emotes.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, this
you know, with
makes
the
sense.
right emotes and stuff getting posted up there, and then like people spamming it because they enjoy it. It's like oh,
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, yes. Even
all
though
caps and everything.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, like heart walls and stuff like that. Yeah, I love it.
He's just getting exploded. Like I have, you know, my setup with the lighting and everything. So like when the lights are going off and like people are just redeeming those lights, I know like they're enjoying it.
Yeah,
That's like
exactly.
my way. And they're like, oh, I need more moon pies. So like, all right, let's do it.
Oh, that's great. I love that light show, dude. I love the light show you have. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I see you got some green going on in the
Yeah,
background
I
there.
we
really
got-
like your space. The
That's
space is
new. We
got green.
awesome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's I actually did that back wall. It's like repurposed lumber, and the
Elmer's
space is
glue.
and screws, hex head screws. And but it's funny that like this is my basement, right? And it doesn't act. It's nowhere near as big as it looks. I have to tell you, it's nowhere near as big as it looks. The camera helps a little. It's got that wide angle.
Oh, you got
which
that.
really-
What kind of camera are you using?
It's a YSD 8 numbers. It's
A
basically
DSLR?
no, it's basically a really cheap, a really cheap camera.
And it's
because I
really
needed-
good for a really cheap camera.
It looks
It
great.
is. It is. I struck
Wow.
gold, dude. Because after that, I bought a Logitech, and I was like, "This is terrible." I paid more. Wait, no. I paid more for the Logitech, which is hung above me, than I did for this camera, and this one is 100 times better.
Wow, you
Wow.
see?
So it was right when the pandemic happened, right?
Mm.
And you couldn't get a webcam.
Oh,
You
yeah,
couldn't
that's
get
right.
one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, any webcam. I was just like,
And there
was
you
looking
go.
for, and I got this one. Yeah, and I love it.
Wow.
I love it. Yeah, I got really lucky. Yeah, but yeah, I don't even know. I threw out the paperwork. Like, I just know that when it comes up in my streaming software. It's YSD.
Cat got feisty. He's like, don't touch me. I'm trying to
He'll
play.
sit here. He'll sit here when I'm playing, and he'll bite me because he thinks I'm like playing with him or something.
Aww.
That's funny.
Banjo.
Yeah.
So, the lights, are you, is that remote control, color control, or is that,
It's yeah, it's got Bluetooth. Excuse me. So I just control it with an iPad.
oh, is it like it's a smart bulb then?
Yeah. So I get like they can strobe or they can like pulse and different colors and stuff.
Do you know the brand?
It's a. Do you know the brand?
Cat's playing and singing.
We're gonna hear Dr.Nyce sing in a couple minutes.
There's prostate tunic. Is that what?
Oh, there's prostate tunic. Yeah.
There you
Look at the emotes. Oh, he's getting mad. All right, dude. All right. Come on.
You're not paying attention to me.
It's like that GIF that GIF that I sent you today. Me when I'm not getting attention.
Oh my gosh. The light is a CH. What's the CH company? Chauvet or Chauvet or whatever. I can't remember. It's like CHAUVET maybe, or something like that.
Not familiar. I was just saying because I was trying to see if there's compatibility with the program that I use, and maybe you can have the chat control your lights in the back too.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah, we can talk after stream. I can help you out with that.
Yeah, let's do that. Cause I love that. I love that. It's so, like it's just another layer of interactivity
Engagement.
with chat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
That's why I say, like, you want to be a lighting engineer? You can watch my streams. Because I can't do it.
Yeah, it's a form, interaction, so it makes it more fun for the viewer to be another way of interacting. And I think that's one of the things that makes Twitch really fun, because not only are they getting entertained, if they see you in a venue, you're not going to be talking. You're going to be playing, and on Twitch you're playing and they can ask you questions. You're more in your crowd, and they're all like feeding off of each other, like requests and things like that. So it's different, and I think it is the future, because right now we don't have as many options as we used to. So it's really great to see all these new musicians pop up and start streaming, because like you said, a lot of like the older generation, they're not so familiar with the technology now and the streaming. Right. But yeah, I mean, I feel like now this is where to go, right? Stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And at least for now,
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not going to stop. It's not like it's going to be a full stop where all these musicians have come to Twitch and then there's a vaccine, and now we can go play gigs again.
Yeah,
it's definitely Switch anymore.
It's definitely not gonna slow down, but in time, depending on how hungry these new streamers are, because they don't know the market, and they don't, and it does take a lot of work and a lot of time and hours and development to do this type of stuff,
right?
And if you don't have that, then most of them are going to start like drifting out.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. I mean,
but it's definitely not going to be pandemic reasons.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and not just the tech behind the gear and everything behind the screen, but the way you want to progress as a creator of content. It's like that takes work. It takes serious thought, and Banjo's
a lot of planning.
Yeah, Banjo's washing himself. I'm sure. But a lot of planning and a lot of just creative ideas, and trying new things, trying new setups.
Mm-hmm.
Plus you gotta invest time in the people who are on the platform already, which I really appreciate.
Outside of streaming too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. And I really appreciate you guys for doing this too, because this is part of why it works. you know, like
It's all about community and growing together, and that's why I love this, because it's showing you guys what is happening on Twitch and all the new people coming in that they probably didn't even realize that there's musicians on here. They think it's still a video game platform. And look, it's like now we have a music channel. We have like all these musicians coming in. So
right.
it's a way to actually like grow the community and get to know them one person at a time, you know. So I love that. I love the interaction. I love showcasing everyone that I love, and you're definitely one of my faves. You do the looping, you do the albums, you know, the like everything. And then of course, you know, we love Banjo over there. He's a sweetie. Look at him. And he's just cleaning himself. He's like, yeah, okay, I want a treat. Hey, Phoenix.
Like, you're not paying attention to me. You're not letting me play. You're not letting me sing. What do you want from me? I'll just clean myself.
But I love that he's just so relaxed. Like the whole entire time you're singing, he's not affected. Like, you know how some I think it was last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last week we had Progcraft, and he said his little hot dog, wiener dog, doesn't like being around when he sings, but he sings like progressive
when he screams
metal.
And like growls and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have all different kinds of streamers and musicians here, but his pit bull is like totally cool with it. So the little guy runs away, but the big guy like just hangs out with him on stream. So you know it's cool, and then I like seeing like everyone has their little like mascot next to them. You know, that's
yeah. He's my mascot.
Yeah, he is. Look at him. He's like, meow.
Yeah, he wants to sit right on my lap.
It's so comfy.
So is he going to help you play a song? Does he totally like just sit there and he doesn't, when you play, he's just fine? He knows when Daddy is just in his zone?
I mean, no.
No.
He'll chill in the chair. Like sometimes he'll chill on this chair back here. That's why I have it there. And just like go to sleep, which is great. But it's not always. Like sometimes he'll get up on my lap like this.
Aww.
And just like completely destroy everything I'm trying to do. Yeah. Like I'm trying to play some Danny Elfman thing that's like difficult, and he's like in the way. And there's actually a pretty funny clip where he's like biting me as I'm trying to sing.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he's like,
has he gone for the cable for your headphones yet?
No. I'm thankfully he's not a cable muncher, which I know some cats are.
Yeah.
He does he did munch like a couple things that are like cable like, but never any of the chords or, you know, that I have down here.
You celebrate Christmas?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So does he get involved with the tree?
Yeah, he bats on it. We have to put all the balls up like higher. So, and he gets in the way. It's like,
yeah. You're
like right now.
Inconvenient.
But I tolerate him.
Yeah.
I tolerate him. I should say like I love him. He's he's my friend.
Deal with my cat.
Is he cool with the babies now that you have a newborn? Is he jealous, or is he like, okay, like I get attention too?
That's a good question. He's like, he'll do things that cats do that you don't like them to do, but it's not like he's like, it's not like he's taking his anger out on the baby. You know what I mean? He does it in these like passive ways where he'll like urinate on like laundry. Yeah. But it's not like it happens all the time. It's just because like
this is my property.
Right. There's a baby now. There's a new baby, another baby, and he's like, "Dude, I'm stressed out." Yeah, like I'm stressed out. I got to pee on something. Like,
that's the thing with like boy cats. Like I can't. Like if I don't have a cat, I have to get like the female cats because I don't have to worry about them pissing everywhere.
right. Yeah. So yeah, we deal with that, but he's a good cat. He really is.
What song do you have for us today?
Yeah.
I think I want to do a Supertramp song. Give it a little bit.
Okay.
I realized that now that Supertramp wasn't one of my top like influences or favorite albums, but thinking back on it, it definitely is.
We're just putting that into the mix.
Yeah.
Wow.
The official list. So yeah, this is give a little bit, and I'm good to go. I can just go.
Rock out.
All right.
There's so much that we need to share. So send a smile and show you care. Give a little bit of my life for you. Give a little bit of your time to me. See the man with the lonely eyes. Take his hand, you'll be surprised.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much.
You get actual claps.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so long, right? Oh man. Thank you.
I went to a Supertramp concert in my mom's belly when she was pregnant with me.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so
I love Supertramp.
that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope I didn't blow anything up. I know we.
No, it was smooth.
Great.
So the thing, like, with Discord, because Discord tends to like compress a lot of the tones and stuff. For what we heard was actually pretty solid, coming out of Discord in general.
Great. Yeah, I don't have a lot of like. I love that you understand this tech because I don't. So,
Yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
I like it. What did chat think?
What do you guys think? How do you like Dr. Nyce? So Dr. Nyce, right? Dr. Nyce note is kind of like there's you like being called Dr. Nyce, right? I remember when I found you, I thought it was like Dr. NYC or something, and then I was like, everyone thinks that, right? At first, it's not that. Isn't that like a common thing?
Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So when I first got to Twitch, I didn't understand it, right? And I made my username Nice Note because that was my email, right? It's like, oh, I'll just make a Nice Note so I remember. Classic boomer, like classic boomer thing to do, right? Like, oh, I'll just make the password so I can remember. But so then it was like, oh no, I need to do like branding and I need to like figure out a name. And Nice Note, I didn't want that to be my brand. So I was like, okay, I'll be Dr. Nyce because it's my name. It sounds cool. It's like you got a nice doctor or whatever, whatever. So then I understand it's confusing. And everybody's like, oh, you're from New York City, so.
I made that mistake.
Oh yeah, but everybody, it's like, that's, yeah. And especially as musicians or like people in the art world, it's like New York City. You see NYC and you're like, oh, it's New York City. Like,
Yeah.
A big city,
yeah, big city, big cultural, like.
I would just spell out the whole thing, NYCE. Instead of, hey, it's NYCE note.
Yeah, so that's like something that I kind of need to fix, or like a tiny regret thing. But
I like that Dr. Nyce. It has a nice ring to it.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's
Hey.
Noise.
Yeah.
Dr. Nyce.
I love that word too. Noise. I love
Noise. I say that a lot. And yeah, I understand the whole like branding thing. Like I had a couple of names prior. It was like I still kept like the EJ Luna, but it was like EJ Luna like 85, or like Luna drums or EJ Luna drums, or like I just couldn't find like a good suitable name, so I'm just like, screw it, just EJ Luna official, and that's like for everything. And then I went to gaming and I was like, all right, well, Luna Games, EJ Luna Gaming, like it doesn't work out, so like Luna Quests, because I'm on quests all the time.
Oh yeah, okay, I like
works.
that. I like that. That makes sense now in Discord. I was.
Oh yeah.
I figured it was you.
That's like my gaming side of things, and then I have ones for music. So I split the brands so that people aren't getting confused. Like, oh, okay, I thought this was music, not gaming, or I thought this was gaming, not music.
Yeah.
So they have the variation of the two.
Awesome. That's cool. What kind of stuff do you play? If I can
For
ask.
games, I do play some BRs. I've been playing a lot of Spellbreak, which is like a magic-based BR. And then when I get stressed out from playing BR, I jump onto Guild Wars. Guild Wars 2.
Whoa, yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, Yen and I are on that quite a bit.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't play. I haven't played it in years, so I don't know. But I remember.
It's fun. Yeah. There's a lot that they added and changed. So if you get back into it, let us know. We'll get a squad going. Run through some quests.
I will. I will say I have like little slim to no time to game. At this point, like gaming is just kind of like non-existent, which is sad. But it's just like life,
Yeah.
So.
But a lot of musicians been getting together and playing Among Us and playing like games.
Yeah, we do that too for community nights and stuff.
And it's been fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
But have you played any games on stream? Like have a day off where it's like a sub only or anything like that? Like for your subs, do you do anything specific or special like on Discord or on game night or anything like that?
So I am going to do that this month. I'm going to do a gaming stream. I haven't like figured out the necessities or like the tech problems that may arise, but I am doing it. And I've had sub goals and we've been meeting them. So the one thing I did a cooking stream for a sub goal. And that was fun. I love to cook actually.
Oh, you're a doctor and you can cook. Wow.
I can cook.
So what's your
Damn
favorite
it.
thing to cook?
I love this question. I love this question because it is like my hobby. Like it's a serious hobby for me. I love to cook. Lately, just like simple breakfast stuff has been really fun, and I like to do like make bean salads and stuff from like just like shelved stuff, and that stuff's easy. But like the fun stuff for me is like around the holidays we get serious and we do we'll do tamales, which are really fun.
Tamales.
What?
Yeah, and
Really?
yeah.
Who's Spanish in your household?
So my wife is from Honduras.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dipping into the spice there, are we?
He
That's our
likes
Christmas
the
thing.
spice.
That's our Christmas thing. We like tamales, and then I like to bake bread. I haven't been doing it recently because it takes time.
Yeah.
But other than that, like grilling season is over now, so I like
Oh yeah.
marinating meats and grilling them and smoking them sometimes. Yeah, just like a lot of different stuff. I like
Sweet.
to cook. Yeah, try new things all the time. I try cooking new things all the time. Ratatouille we made. Like lockdown was really fun because we tried a whole bunch of stuff. I got into deep frying foods, so we did like fish and chips and
Seafood.
chicken parm.
Yeah, seafood.
We love seafood.
Oh, seafood! Yeah, I absolutely love seafood. My brother lives in Maine, so about once a year, twice a year, we go up there and we have like a seafood day
Yeah,
where we shuck
It's
oysters.
big over there.
Lobsters.
Yeah, the mean
Yeah.
lobsters and the
Yeah.
crabs.
Yeah,
Yeah, Yen and I are planning to take a trip up there to see a Brady.
Yeah, he just had a baby too. He had a second child. He has 2 boys now. It seems like a lot of musicians too are like the quarantine babies are a real thing. Like we already know,
poppin'.
like they're popping. There's like 3 of our friends that are expecting in the spring
that's
that
great.
are streamers. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I
That's
know,
so great.
and they're new
You know, it's the
parents.
COVID boomers instead of baby boomers.
There's so gonna be like a name for all the babies popping out now, for real.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
think
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Yeah, yeah, you should definitely go. Like, have you been there before? Have you been in the state of Maine before?
No. We haven't
Yeah,
gone.
years ago on a trip, and yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's so beautiful. I went in the fall, so that's the time to go, I think, and in summer too. I would think because of all the food, the seafood.
I'm
Yeah.
getting hungry just talking about this right now. So,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
yeah, what were we gonna say? You got what? What are you doing? Huh?
The cities are really cool too. Like Portland is not that far, and it's a really cool like kind of bohemian city with a lot of great music and food. And if you want to go farther north, Bangor is really cool as well. Very small city.
Oh, that's
But,
in Maine.
Yeah, both in Maine. Yeah.
I don't know what part Jimmy's from specifically, but he's in Maine. But yeah, I think he's next to the coast or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Portland wouldn't be that far.
Beautiful there though.
Yeah. Very. Yeah.
So
For sure.
what are your plans now with your Twitch channel? Is there anything that you want to see in the next 2 years happen with your Twitch channel? And if there's anything like collabs or projects that are you working on right now or would like to work on with anyone specific on Twitch?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many streamers. I mean, that I'm really blown away by. I mean, and as far as collaborations, you got to remember I'm this boomer streamer, right? So I don't know.
Stop.
I'm still trying to figure how this stuff works. But I mean, there's so much talent. I would absolutely love to be collaborating with other Twitch musicians, and like for goals, like I'm looking for this to be like a more stable basis of income for me, right? Because I love it, and I love the community, and I love the people that I get to meet. And right now, it's just kind of like sustainability, which is fine. And like I'm incredibly grateful for the generosity of everybody that's been generous to me, and for you guys too as well, for just like putting my name out there.
We love having you. This is awesome having you. It's a treat.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm concerned with like growth, like most streamers, all streamers probably. You could maybe even say all streamers.
Yeah.
I just want to grow at a steady pace. I don't want to go viral. I don't want that. I don't
Just
know.
enough to live.
Yeah, just enough to stay humble,
Yeah.
pay my bills, enjoy what I do.
And be a great daddy.
That's on the top of, that's a priority. That's the main
Yeah,
priority
yeah.
for me, to be there for my kids and
do what you
being
love.
home and doing what I love. And being home is like one of the biggest things that's been a blessing out of the streaming, because my kids are upstairs, right? Actually, right now they're not. They're not here right because this is an odd circumstance, but we have to take care of some dogs that her sister's dogs. So they're not here right now, actually.
So
A
is
different
Ba-
set of kids.
is Banjo
There is a
okay?
different set of kids upstairs. No.
So is Banjo cool, and he's just like hanging out over there? He's like, I am not going over there where the dogs are.
He's
fine?
he's king of the castle. I just came here to teach this afternoon and then to stream, for the stream tonight, and then I might stay here, I might not. But anyway, yeah, being home for streaming is like really great for me because I can be near my kids. If something happens, I'm here to help. Whereas if I was playing a show in Hershey or a city that's like an hour or two away.
You can't just like get up and leave and
Exactly, right?
yeah.
Plus it's like gas money and breaking my back, like loading into places and dealing with people who don't want to pay, all that, like dealing with bridezillas, like
Bridezillas? Yeah, I can imagine.
Here's a list of requests. We demand you to play these. I can't play these. We'll learn.
Yeah. By the way, you get a free ham sandwich and you have to eat it in the janitor's closet.
Oh my god.
Like that's shit that actually happens.
Wow.
Like, you guys are cool with swearing, right? I don't swear.
Yeah,
wait,
you're good.
This is an 18 or older stream.
For PG-18.
Yeah, you can go
Okay.
Howard Stern all the way here. You're safe.
Well, F. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
thank
like
you for the hydration.
hydration check. Okay. Do I hydrate? Do I hydrate too?
I don't. Yeah, you
hydrate.
can if you want. I don't have anything here. I gotta go grab something. I don't have anything.
So, the next song, I know chat, you guys, what are your kind of artists that you would want Nice Note to sing? He told us that he's a big Billy Joel fan. He's really into prog, so like Rush and Pink Floyd. Oh, I love anything Pink Floyd, really. So what does the chat want Mr. Dr. Note to play next?
Mr. Dr. Note.
I'm this is how you know, like I'm 'cause I don't want to say Nice Note. I'm like trying to remember. It's
Dr. Nyce.
Oh, it's okay. I know it's so confusing, and
We'll get it down eventually.
Dr. Nice.
yeah.
Great gig in the
eventually.
sky, possibly. Whoa, that's some vocals too. Big gig in the
Razor
sky.
Good lord,
face.
good lord, Randy, really, dude? Razorface. Okay.
What about
Time. I love time. Time is a-
Roundabout?
Oh, I don't even do that one, dude. I don't even. See, that's the thing with prog. Like a lot of the prog that I love, I don't do, and that's why this week's album this week's album was Duke's Genesis or
Wow.
Genesis. Duke by Genesis.
Yes.
Not Genesis.
Which is like super hard, and
Wow.
I can't like, because what I don't want to do is just play chords and sing,
Yeah.
right? I want to kind of try and encapsulate like the entire atmosphere, which is like impossible.
And give it your own spin, like your own little flavor.
Right. Yeah, and also that too. Like so, yeah. It's just. A lot of thought goes into them, and sometimes they come off really well, and sometimes they don't. And like, I'm not ashamed of the some of the albums that don't come off really well, because I know that I put the work that I did my best, right? I try to do my best with the albums.
Yeah.
Some of them are
I
just
love when you did Tapestry, because she's one of my favorite singers of all time.
yeah. That's Carole King, by the
Yeah,
way. That's
yeah.
Carole King. Yeah, and I love that you love it, because I loved it, and that was one that I was like, oh, I'm not really familiar with Carole King's music very much.
Yeah.
And then it's like, now it's one of my favorite albums. Again, another favorite album that I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Add that to the list. So is that 12 now?
Yes, yeah.
That was amazing. And then you did Tom Petty. Yeah.
Tom Petty was really great.
What
that-
are other ones that you would love to do?
I'd really love to do Harry Nilsson's The Point, but I can't get so if you don't know exactly how it works, the chat votes on a poll, or votes in a poll for the album. So I don't pick when I first started out when I was small, I would just pick one, which is fine. But now it's like, well, I want people to. So yeah, blame chat. Yeah. So but I wanted it to be more people to get more invested in the albums that I do. So I'm like, okay, well, suggest them in Discord, put up a poll. I won't, I'll be like unbiased, and I'll just like, if it gets voted on, I'll do it, And it's like this week, especially, it's bitten me in the ass, dude, because
Why? Because it was a hard one.
it was so hard. And it's it's not only very difficult, it's also the longest album.
challenging.
So challenging. So, again, like I do what I can.
That's a good one, Depeche Mode. That's my favorite Depeche Mode album.
Oh yeah. So that one's been in the poll for a couple weeks, and it hasn't gotten chosen yet. But again, like I don't really know Depeche Mode. So if that gets picked, like I'm like, oh shit, I got to step my game up.
That's
You got a
good
week
one.
to learn it.
Right, and but
do
also
it. You can
along
do
with
it.
that, it's like it's like I discover this new music that I just kind of like fell by the wayside, or I didn't really invest time in before. And growing up being like in the classical tradition, I missed out on so much music, and that's not anybody's fault. It's if anybody's fault, it's my fault, I guess.
I'm in the
But,
same boat.
Yeah, like so you come up.
I'm like dove into the whole progressive realm, and then I wasn't into the whole scene type of stuff at the time, or what was popular and radio music and whatnot. Like I was very into like Euro prog and progressive metal, and that was it.
Oh right.
I was very secluded.
Very Dream Theater influence.
Yeah.
Dream Theater, yeah. I mean, again, I know who they are. If somebody puts Dream Theater album, like,
Man.
Good luck.
yeah, right. But I mean, that's the kind of thing that can happen, but it might happen. But I'm like, okay, if this happens, I'm not gonna I don't want to lash out at my community.
Yeah.
Because hey, this is what I say I do, so I better just suck it up and do it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, and give it a shot and give it my best shot. And then I can't be ashamed of what and the chat's going to understand, like, oh, he was flat on this note in measure 34. Well, you sang that pretty flat, dude. Like, nobody's going to be like that, you know?
When someone says
You'd be
that,
surprised.
you tell them, you get on the platform and you stream and see how it goes.
Dude.
People can say anything they want, but it's really hard when you're in the hot seat and you're streaming and you have to learn all of this, like everything.
I had a comment on YouTube just the other day, right? It's my own rendition of playing drums on top of a cinematic song, and they were like, the video was great. your approach was okay. I think that it was a little flat here when you hit this tom, and I don't think you should have played this and this part. Maybe you should stick to rock and roll and not play cinematic music. I'm like,
Damn.
no one cares about intricacies. I'm playing it because I enjoy it and people love it anyway, so shut up.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
There's always gonna be that one guy, you know. Don't be that guy.
As a sound engineer, I think you could have. I don't care.
I do. Yeah, it's like, it is like.
I know. Let the guy try, right?
Yeah.
The guy try, right? And it is kind of like, you know that they're a troll, right? And you know that they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's true, but who cares?
They're
Like,
having fun.
right? They're the only ones that care at that point. But at the same time, you read that comment and you feel like shit.
Yeah, because then you're like, am I really that bad? Like, am I really doing that? Like, you start really
Exactly.
criticizing yourself at that time. Because
You too,
Right.
sometimes they could be saying some truthful things. And you're like, yeah. But then
Right.
again,
You gotta
no.
take some criticism, you know. There's always gonna be some criticism, but you know, you take the good with the bad, and you just do your best and have fun
Right.
while you're doing it. Because once it stops being fun, then forget it. Everyone's gonna know you're not having fun, right? They know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
speaking of fun, we got.
I'm having
let's-
fun.
Let's
I'm
do
having fun right
a
now.
poll. Let's do a poll for chat, right? We have 3 songs. We got Razorface, right? We got Tapestry. Let's add another one. What are we gonna throw in there for them to vote on for you to play?
I think Randy Newman wanted "Great Gig in the Sky."
What was it?
Great Gig in the Sky. It's from
Great
Dark.
Gig.
In the
Great
sky, yeah.
Gig in the Sky. It's from Dark Side of the Moon. It's like an instrumental
yeah.
with Claire Torrey's vocal solo.
Okay.
That
It's
thing.
the one that Plastic Josh did that he was like really bolting out the vocals. Remember?
Greg's in the sky.
Greg's in the Sky. That's funny.
All right, so we're gonna start this poll. It's gonna be for 3 minutes. Chat,
I'm sorry.
vote away.
So for Tapestry, am I just doing a song off the Tapestry album, or do I have to do Tapestry the song?
Oh, I don't know. Was that? I thought that was a song.
It
No,
is a song.
that was the album playthrough that he
But it
did.
is a
That's
song-
the
no, you're
name,
right, though.
and
It
it's
is-
the song. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So
song too.
It is a song. Okay, so we'll do the song.
Okay. I was afraid you would say that.
Well, wait a second. What's the best song on Tapestry though? That's what we should pick.
There are great songs. Tapestry's got "Feel Like a Natural Woman." You make me feel like a natural woman. It's got "You Got a Friend." It's got
All right, it'll be dealer's choice for Tapestry then if it gets chosen.
fantastic. Only because like Tapestry is a song that I only played it one time, and it was for the album. Because it's
Yeah,
not. It's not actually. Yeah. Sorry.
It's not the hit singles on the. It's not one of the main.
Oh yeah, Randy Newman. Actually, Randy Newman was the one that suggested that I do that album, and then it won. So he's naming the songs.
So far away, it's too late.
Yeah, those are
I
great
like
songs.
that one. So Far Away. That one I would vote for.
That's a great song. It's a great. There's so many great songs on that album.
Voting puts me on edge.
But yeah, that was a really fun one. I think at this point we've done like almost 30 albums, which is kind of cool to look back.
Yeah, I'm starting to add some like album playthroughs. But you know, with this whole DMCA thing, I'm kind of like scared now with the.
Yeah. It's like
I know. Yeah.
But,
So, I'm
but
like,
he's doing originals too. Doc has originals. I want to hear.
Oh yeah,
one.
yeah, your original stuff.
Yeah, I have a few in my pocket that I could.
Okay,
Good,
so this is what we'll do. We'll do this song, right? Whatever's in the poll, and then we'll end the night with an original.
Sounds good.
Yes.
We got 3 songs in for the night.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I was just thinking like with the DMCA thing. So I do album playthroughs, right? So the only way to like up the ante is for me to write an album.
Well, for you,
every week.
I think it's fine because you're actually playing and composing it as opposed to playing to a track.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're fine as far as how that is, worked out.
Right.
But for people like me, where I run tracks, of the
Yeah.
actual songs, then that's an issue.
Right. I've run into it during like live learns where I'll have to listen to a song.
Yeah, if you're playing the actual song live, then
Right.
yeah. Or you can just mute it for the stream and you're hearing it for yourself and you're playing it as you're hearing it. So
Yeah. Again, I am a boomer.
I'll
No, I'm
show
kidding.
you.
Yeah, I can figure that out, I guess.
All right, so what's the results?
Tapestry.
All right.
Damn it.
Far away? Which one? Which one?
Oh yeah. Well,
Dealer's
let's
choice.
see.
It's Too Late. That's a good one too.
Who's the Yen's the dealer, right? I'm not the dealer.
I like So Far Away.
So Far Away, I can do that.
I like the way you sing it too.
All right, we'll do that one.
Just bringing up the old chart here.
Everyone get your popcorn ready.
Whoops. Check. So far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? Wouldn't be so fine to see your face at my door. Doesn't help to know you're just time away. Long ago I reached for you and there you stood. Holding you again could only do me good. And how I wish I could, but you're so far away. One more song about moving along the highway. Can't say much of anything that's new. Forgot I work this life out my way. I'd rather spend it being close to you. You're so far away. You're so far away. And doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door. Doesn't help to know that you're so far away. Traveling around shore gets me down and lonely. Nothing else to do but close my mind. Sure hope the road don't come to own me. So many dreams I've yet to find. But you're so far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door. Doesn't help to know that you're so far away.
You're so far away.
Nailed it.
That was nice.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Dr. Nyce, everyone. Dr. Nyce.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, claps. My reverb turned it off. Now I turned it off. Okay.
I think you're muted, babe.
Yeah, I just
There you go.
I was looking for the claps. Extra claps.
Yay.
I sang that for you, babe.
Oh, yeah, I was singing it to you too. But he's because Luna's in Jersey and I'm in New York City, so we're doing this far away from each other, but it looks like we're close.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I was going to ask.
It's like we're in the same room, but we're not.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So this weekend, yesterday, he was taking down his acoustic drum kit, and he's getting an electric drum kit, and so he's planning to move to the big city soon.
Oh, yeah, so you didn't hear about the final acoustic drum show, did you?
Yeah,
Me?
we did
Yeah.
a whole thing.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
He was.
Yeah, that was the end of the era.
It was the end of the acoustic kit. Yeah, it was fun. I dressed up like Jessica Rabbit, and he was, of course, my Roger Rabbit.
Oh, I think I saw pictures. I did see pictures.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. What kit did you get, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm saving up. I'm gonna look into either the Roland VAD 305 or the TD 27 kV.
Okay.
One
Cool.
of those two.
The drummer in our band has the Roland, and they sound really great, dude.
Yeah.
They sound really great. But
Yeah, I have an Octapad already and a SPDSX, a sampler. So I
sweet.
can like load in some sounds and effects and throw in some gag reels and drum on top of it and loop it and whatnot. So
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited with the whole electronic setup. So that's going to be a fun transition.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was
you got
beautiful.
a nice voice.
Thank
the
you.
voice of an angel.
Dr.
EJ
Nyce.
EJ let me know that there's like a beginning part because we were talking about it before the stream.
Oh yeah. It actually goes up like I think half steps
Yeah,
every
yeah.
like. Yeah, there it is.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that, dude?
I have no idea, but whoever wrote it, they made millions every time. Talk about DMCA strikes, right?
Yeah. Whoops.
So yeah, you want to do an original to close us out?
Yeah, I'll do an original. Yeah.
Is there any other questions, babe, that we haven't tackled on?
Well, we do have the famous 12 songs that sum up the soundtrack of your life. And I gave you a heads up on that. Sometimes I just give it to people and they're like, it's either really easy or really hard for, everyone's
I mean, if
different.
he can name 12 albums, I don't know about like
Well,
I think 12 songs would probably be like a nail for him. Like,
well, that's the thing, like soundtrack of your life, like 12 songs that will pretty much
summarize your life pretty much.
like one that reminds you of high school, or your a dance, or when you got married, like somebody mentioned there's the song that they got married to, which was really nice. So
Also, as he's thinking, chat, if you have any questions that you want to throw at him before we have him play his final song, let us know.
So yeah, I can name some stuff. I have to name some classical pieces. So I have to say like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, because from the classical tradition, and like I do remember that was one of the pieces of music that I listened to and changed what I thought music was about and how important I thought it was. In that it made me think that music was very important. So I have to do that one.
Yeah.
Moving on from there, I have to say "Free Fallin'" by Tom Petty. I don't think my albums and my songs are going to match up at all. By the
Free
way.
falling.
Oh my god.
So these are going to like I like how you framed it like your life as like music, the songs in your life that had
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a special moment in your life.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to frame the question because that helps me kind of pinpoint. So Tom Petty's "Free Fallin'," from listening to it with my brother was 7 years old. We talked about having siblings, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And my brother's 7 years older, so he was cool. He was like really cool.
Mm-hmm.
He listened to cool music, and he had cool friends, and he had the pickup truck, and he was, you know. So
Mr.
when I heard
Cool.
Tom Petty, yeah, when I heard "Free Fallin'" in his truck when I was a kid, I was like, okay, this is sweet. And I remember I was like, hey, what is he talking about? What's he talking about? He's like, he's free. I was like, what? You can sing about it? So that was really, really important. I also have to say, for the same reason, "Money" by Pink Floyd. For the register, like the use of registers, the use of time signature.
Doom, 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 doom. When you hear that, it's
Right.
just like
Yeah. It's just the
good.
coolest, funkiest groove ever.
Yes.
And I love the idea behind it. I didn't understand the idea behind it until I was much older. So I have to say that one. I gotta do like "Stairway." I'm gonna be that guy and say "Stairway to Heaven."
Yeah, which is perfectly fine because that's amazing.
Yeah. And then I have to say "Spirit of the Radio" by Rush. I don't know how many songs that is.
I think 4, 5, 5.
I think that was 5.
Yeah, 5.
5. Okay. So, and then I want to do, wait, where am I in my life right now? I have to do Randy Travis's "Forever and Ever Amen" because that's our wedding song. It's my wife's night.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. It's your dance song?
Yeah, our first dance song. Yeah.
Nice.
Then I want actually.
Oh my god, I'm thinking already
This is
like.
the funny moment now. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, right. "Africa" by Toto.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, because that was like college years, really formative college years for me. That was like our favorite.
It just instantly transports you to college, right?
Right.
Is that what
Yeah,
it
for
is?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And there's a lot of high school songs that I'm not naming because I can't really formulate them. But I'm only at 6. I think I should throw in some more classical pieces that I worked on. So I want to put in Nocturne Number 9 by John Field. Was one of the first classical pieces I learned in my college career. I also want to put in Voice of the Whale, and it's actually called Vox Balaenae in Latin, by a composer named George Crumb, who's from right here in Pennsylvania. And then I also want to put Carl Vine's Second Piano Sonata. Those are just like landmark pieces from my college career that really influenced the way I thought about music. Recently, I want to put Asia, the song Asia, on my list, and I have to think of 2 more. So I have to put Time on there by Pink Floyd.
That's one of my faves. I was telling
Yeah.
you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, such a great song, and it's like it's
Puts
really
you in a time and space where it's just like, like.
mm-hmm.
In a trance.
In a trance. And it's cool to think about, like writing a song about time is nothing new, but to write about it the way they did was really fantastic. And a final song. Oh boy. I'll put in. I was just thinking about it.
The Macarena?
Yeah, the Macarena. That one.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is I'm just gonna throw it in there because you have a daughter. What have you thought of? What would you love to dance with her? Like if she got married.
I'm gonna start crying.
Aww. Aw.
weeping
no,
openly.
No, no.
I have no idea. I haven't even thought about that. I've got to. She's 3. She's 3. I got plenty of time to think.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have plenty of time.
But yeah, it will definitely be an important song. I think something probably. I really like actually "Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong as like a father.
It's a wonderful world.
You know which one I like? I would like
What's that?
In My Life by the Beatles. I think that's a beautiful, very cheesy, but it's
Oh,
sweet.
I thought you said "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi.
It's
Yes.
my life, I'm free. But I'm
And it's
not.
now or never. We're not gonna live together
Anymore.
Oh my god, that's
Damn.
great. That's
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
That is a good song. I like that. I like that. I don't think it's I don't think it's that cheesy. Maybe I'm just a cheese ball. But
That was their '90s transition
oh really?
from their glam metal, like glam rock, to their '90s like
Oh.
pop rock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Solid choice, Bon Jovi.
and then Dad's like, no, living on a prayer, like instead.
Yeah. Do 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 do. Wow wow wow.
Wanted.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't take care of my daughter.
Pop rocks? I love pop rocks. Did you your last song? What was
Yeah, I completely forgot that I was supposed to think of my last song. I want to say that one. Too many songs to think of. There is, I think, maybe one of the Carole King songs. And now I'm blanking on sorry, I just got to look for the name of the song. You would think that I would be able to tell you the name of the song since it's like the most important song ever in the world. But can't remember it. Oh, Way Over Yonder. That's what it is. Way Over Yonder. That's a great song.
Yeah, that is.
And it's one of my recent favorites. And so I kind of tried to go like timeline wise.
Yeah, those are solid. Really good.
Oh, thank you.
So Conker brought up a really good idea that we can do like a lightning round with random questions from chat.
Oh, okay.
We usually do questions from chat, and it's usually like, you know, whatever they want to ask about, you know, you or in general, and then
Like coffee
like-
or tea.
yeah.
Coffee.
So Conker asks a question. What's your perfect breakfast?
Perfect breakfast for me is, well, steak and eggs, if I'm being honest.
It's a hefty breakfast.
It is a hefty breakfast.
need
Yeah, I don't
energy.
eat it all the time. Perfect implies like I wouldn't have it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Usual breakfast for me is like eggs, salsa, and like a bagel, or like eggs and toast.
Nice.
Pretty simple.
My random question is: do you poop when you pee?
I
It's a horrible one.
I don't know. Not always.
You really
I
have to
was
think
like-
about that one. He was
Well,
like, wait,
you know, because
where's the context of this one? Like, is it the reverse when you pee when you poop, but not poop when you pee?
I usually poo. I usually sit down,
I can't believe we're
realize I
having
have to realize
It's
that I
random
have
questions.
to. I I realize that I have to defecate. I realize I have to take a shit. Okay. Then my thought process is I should go to the bathroom. All right. When that happens, I usually pee as like an added bonus to
Nice. Yeah, it's just a thing because like one of our my spell break buddies from my gaming community was that's his thing. Like he asks those questions. It's so random. So I'm like, maybe I should throw that out there.
I think it's funny. I think the question's funny as hell. Like I don't it's very rare, okay, For me
No,
to
now
be
we're gonna get really detailed with
Right.
this.
for me to be standing there taking a piss and suddenly realize, oh, I have to take my pants off now because I have to check. That rarely happens.
Then you got to cut the piss real short, flip it around real quick, and
Yeah, nobody wants to do that. It's like
Yeah.
nobody. Also,
sounds painful.
nobody. Right. Also, nobody wants to take their morning shower if you're a morning shower person and then take a shit.
Yeah.
Like you might as well go back to bed. Right.
yeah,
Like,
right.
you wanna, I always want to.
Yeah, you do the thing and then you take a shower and then you start your day and you feel released and refreshed.
Yes, exactly.
And then clean.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment of the Moonlight Sonata? Where is the third and
Why is it the third? And can you actually play?
Play
He already told you what your favorite moment is. So
Are we talking about movement of? So Moonlight Sonata has 3 movements. The first one's like this. It's slow and sad. If we're so movement wise, the third movement is great. It's shit. Something like that. It's really fast and really, really difficult. If I had to pick a movement, a favorite movement, it would be the third one. If I had to pick a favorite moment, it would be. I don't remember the notes, but it's actually in the first movement. There's like this beautiful.
is that the transition?
Yeah, there's like this long right-handed melodic passage, and it keeps coming back. It's really beautiful.
Where are you from, Dundas?
I am from Central Pennsylvania, near Harrisburg area. So I gig a lot in Harrisburg.
PA.
I'm sorry. What was that?
astrological sign.
All right,
Cancer.
here we go.
I knew it. I knew it. If I would have guessed, I would have thought you was the Cancer.
Yen
Oh
is
my gosh.
very big in astrology, so she does a lot of like sign readings and whatnot. So she's scary good at that because she can pinpoint you down to the T, and you're like, holy crap.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I once bought a lighter. They had lighters at the gas station, and they had all the astrological signs. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy my astrological sign. And then my friend's like, that's a terrible thing to put on a lighter. Cancer. You know?
Oh
So
no, it's true.
Like I've always kind of felt like bad about my astrological sign because it's Cancer. You know, nobody like.
Her sign is Cancer.
Yeah, but it was a lighter, so somebody that's smoking cigarettes is like lighting up, and then they're like, I think this is telling me something.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Favorite movie?
Holy cow, that's a great question. I'm a big Star Wars nut. I like Star Wars. I like it's. You can probably tell I like the old Star Wars. I like 4, 5, 6.
Nice.
I like. I'm just gonna name a few movies. For nostalgic reasons, I really like Dumb and Dumber. And
The most
really
annoying sound in the world. Can you do it?
I would do it, but my grandma's sleeping. I might wake her up.
oh no, not Grandma.
Look, there's a demon in the
Not
room.
Gmail. Not Gmail.
Gma would be like, is that the most annoying sound in the world?
It is.
What is that the most?
It is.
What is that annoying sound? That's so annoying.
I also really like Jurassic Park.
Oh, the first one? Yeah.
Yeah, the first one.
Nice.
And really good. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to think of a music movie. Oh, Blues Brothers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Definitely one of my favorite movies. Yeah.
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap's good. Doesn't rank up their favorite movies though for me, unfortunately.
You're not a metal rock player.
I don't think
I'm not. It's true. It's true. I respect it. I like it. I listen to it.
You don't turn it up to 11.
No, because I'm singing so far away.
That's like a -2.
Well, what was your favorite concert you ever went to? I don't think I asked you that one.
Probably the most influential concert I went to was Billy Joel. My favorite was Hall & Oates right before lockdown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went with
I love
it was me and my
Hall &
wife.
Oates.
I love them too. It was me and my wife, and we got pretty drunk and just had a good time.
I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do with Hall & Oates?
Yes.
So what's your favorite Hall & Oates song then?
I really like Rich Girl. I really like Sarah Smiles, a great slow one.
Oh yeah,
That's the one your
I'm
dad always
sorry.
sings.
yeah. My dad plays that a lot.
Sarah Smiles is a great song. I'm sorry. I realize, Yen, that you're asking me like, what's your favorite thing? One thing, and I keep saying like 7.
There's a bunch of you can't
it's
choose.
good.
There's a lot
It's
of them.
good.
It's awesome.
I'm trying to think.
I can't go for that. No.
I can't go for that. That's a
Yeah,
great
that's
song.
a good one.
Yeah. And
Oh, sorry.
Kiss on My List, is that?
Kisses on my list.
Yeah,
my
that's a good.
favorite. I can give you one. My favorite Hall & Oates song is "She's Gone." That's my
Cool.
favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I love it.
Yeah. He had some
Where have
soul.
Where have you traveled, and where do you plan to go next?
I am fortunate in that I've been able to travel through school and things and university and stuff like that. I'm fortunate that I've been able to travel a lot. So I've been to, if we're talking internationally, I've been to Japan.
Ooh.
I was in Tokyo for a while. I was in Nikko and the Niigata prefecture for a while at Niigata University. And I was in Greece for a few weeks. Thessaloniki, Athens, and Corfu, and then I've also been to Belgium. Brussels was really, really fun. And Honduras, because my wife is from Honduras.
Nice.
Wow, so you have gone to a lot of cool places.
Yeah, and
I
like
really
I said, I'm
wanted
really
to go
fortunate.
to Japan this year too. That was one of the things I really wanted to do this year, Japan.
Oh, it's so great. You should go.
Yeah, well, Yen and I are planning on it. We definitely
Yeah.
want to go out there.
I can't stress enough that you should go. It's amazing. You meeting people. I feel like, you go to these places and you make friends. Like it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you travel, anybody who's traveled internationally, you just make friends. It's just something that people do. And then you have friends all over the world, and it's good to have friends all over the world.
Especially now that you're streaming and stuff, and then like you stay
Yeah.
connected.
It's awesome.
Yes, and that's another thing I love that I didn't really talk about. I love the connectivity globally of Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last and final question. Do you like the show Vikings?
I like it.
Done. He's asked somebody else this question. You love that show, don't you, Dun?
Wasn't it Max? Because he's Swedish.
He was, because he's from Sweden. That's another thing. Like being on the podcast, there's been so many different people from different parts of the world. Sweden. Next week we have someone from Germany.
We also have someone from
That's
Brazil.
awesome.
In Australia in 2
Australia?
weeks. Yeah.
That's awesome. Excuse me. Yeah, that's awesome.
Vikings.
I love that. Vikings. I like it. I've watched a few episodes. I haven't binged it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but my wife definitely did.
Yeah, nice.
And so I was there. I was liking it. But usually, if she's like set up watching a show, and it's like I'm on the, like kid, like making sure our 3-year-old daughter doesn't eat like a bottle of Tylenol. Like, being a responsible parent, kind of. No, but I like it. That's my answer. I'm just gonna. There you go.
Sweet. All right.
No, then the last song will be an original song by Dr.Nyce. So, what's the name of the song? And tell us, when did you write it? And is there anything that inspired you to write it? What was it?
So I saw somebody put in chat a while ago this spot. So the spot is one of my original songs, and I wrote it about a year ago now, and it was about a place that I like to go, and it was a place that was accepting of all peoples, no matter skin color or sexual orientation or gender or what What you look like didn't matter, and it was well, it is. It's actually still a business, but it was a very accepting place, and it was also a place that had its fair share of struggles, being in kind of a rural area of Pennsylvania, despite being accepting of all peoples. So, yeah, that's and it's a funky, upbeat song, so it's not sad or anything like that.
That's a good one. That's nice. Nice.
The description was kind of sad, but it's fun.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it went that way. It's just like,
I mean, you would want that to be the way people look at people. Like it doesn't matter any ethnicity or.
right,
You know.
exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
I see that.
So now I'm gonna play a song, and it doesn't sound anything like a sad, like, okay.
It's funky and upbeat, right?
Yeah. Some people can sing, some people can shout, yeah. I forgot the words. Some people can sing, some people can shout, yeah. More skin with ink than skin without, yeah. There's a preacher drinking poison from a goblet made of bones. And epileptic pistols can't get a ride home. If you don't already know what I'm talking about, you best get down to the city little spot. Well, Poltergeist and Gucci, best to leave her alone. And epileptic pistols can't get a ride home. And Cujo's in the corner breaking everybody's phone. Don't already know what I'm talking about. Well, you best get down to the city little spot. Body's burning and your head is a disease. Your head is on fire and you're weak at the knees. If you don't already know what I'm talking about, well, you best get down to the city little spot. It's a million miles away, but it's the closest one we got. Well, you best get down to the city little spot, yeah. Oh man, I was nervous. I'm like nervous for that. I forgot the words to my song, and I came in on the wrong note. Anyway,
Well, you recovered and you rocked it, so that was awesome.
Yeah, that was super awesome. I loved it. Wow, and you
Thank
wrote
you.
that. How long ago was that you wrote that? It sounds so fresh.
it was about a year ago, I think. Yeah, it was about a year ago. Maybe, I don't know. I do this thing where I write like songwriters, like they say, or writers, like you want to write every day, which I understand. Like that means you get better at it every day. It's kind of like practicing an instrument, or like, you know, like painting and stuff, or cooking even. But I don't write every day. Like I'll write like an idea or like a line where it's like a few words. So anyway, what I'm getting at is like, I say a year ago, but it probably took me like a year and a half to write it, because I'll just have like these blips of like musical ideas that I can finally, like, once I have enough of them, sometimes I can combine them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
still working on a song that's been taking me over a year to create, and I'm just like, I can't. And then I'm making riffs, and I'm like, well, this sounds like it could work for that. So I'm like, you
Right.
pull it from that and move it over and piece it together like a puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like, I mean, that's creativity, you know. It's like you can't sit. It's like, well, I'm going to be inspired now for the next 30 minutes and write this song, and you know, it doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Have you ever heard the band or the guy? Really, it's his band. His name is Neil Morris. So he's his music is progressive rock, but it's like a progressive. It's like more of a classical progressive rock vibe, and I feel like that you might be interested in that type of stuff as well. That find some inspiration through him, because
absolutely.
when you were singing certain parts, it kind of reminded me of what he does, and I'm like, huh, interesting.
nice. Which Neil Morris?
Yeah, I think it's Neil or Nel. I can't remember how he spells his first name, but it's Neil Morris.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll check him out.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
Absolutely. Yeah, somebody's like, awesome podcast. Yes, I agree. It's an awesome podcast.
Yeah, we had fun. I'm glad we had you on, and
Yeah, me too.
And it's hope to get you back again in the near future.
Sure.
When we start developing our streams, and we start writing some more stuff and get some more drive.
Hell yeah,
there's
absolutely.
tons of people that are working on originals that I'm just gonna be keeping my eyes and my ears watching you guys, so I can bring you back when you have, like, maybe, who knows, an LP coming out, and then come back and show us your magic again. That would be awesome.
Hell yeah. Seriously,
seriously,
I just want to say thank you again, for real. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Zach, Dr.Nyce. If you guys haven't already followed, make sure to give him a follow. He's super fun. He has a great community. Everyone here has been so awesome. I have TV Head 90, Randy, Joe, Ed Knife, Elizabeth, Eldo, who else came in? Let's see. Yeah, all you guys that came in from his community, thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these podcasts. I love having everyone here, just get to know each other and see what there is out there on, in Twitch, in the music community. And also growing together and, really, really seeing that there's a music community here on Twitch. It's not just video games, it's everything in between. So thank you so much, Zach, Dr.Nyce. I know you're going to be, like, doing a much, so much more than just singing, covers. I see that you really are great at originals, so that makes me excited.
Aww. Thank you.
I really enjoyed
it.
I really enjoyed it. Dun Dun said
Thank
that
you.
it gave him a Grateful Dead catchiness vibe to it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that for sure.
So how would you guys? Good.
What? I don't know what I'm saying.
I just over. You were like, yeah, and then you were saying something, and I'm like, how? We just kind of got.
I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. It wasn't important. It was not important.
Darn it. I was hoping to hear some wisdom.
I don't remember what. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's the thing about influences, right? I don't think I'm sitting down to write a Grateful Dead song, but that's how influences work, right? So they work like from the bottom up, and and the surface is like, okay, hey, this is my song, but it's like you dig down and it's like, oh, well, no, this is like kind of like Howlin' Wolf, and this is kind of like Ray Charles, and this is like Grateful Dead, right? Like I love that about music, and I love that about artists, where it's like, who are your influences? It's kind of like, oh man, I have to go back, and that's why I love these questions and stuff. It's awesome.
I think you you would play Echoes by Pink Floyd really well too.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That's
I'll put
another-
that. I'm gonna put that in the next poll.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
put that in the next poll for you. Yeah, absolutely.
pretty solid.
Oh, God, what am I
Alright.
getting myself into?
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yes.
It is. It is great. I appreciate
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Then I'll throw some Dream Theater in there for you.
Now what am I getting myself into?
That's another beast of a band.
It is a beast, but I don't want to draw any lines. You know.
Yeah, you gotta challenge yourself. That's the whole thing with music. You always keep growing and learning and challenging yourself. That's how you become a better musician. But I mean, come on, you're a doctor. You're the first doctor we had on the podcast too. Is there a doctor in the house? Okay. Have you ever had? We were just joking about that before. He's like, yeah, I'm always fearful of somebody's like, is there a doctor? He's choking. On what? On what? On songs?
Yeah. Right.
Choking
on
on
a
the notes.
On a note. No, get
Yeah.
that note out.
Get that note out.
It's
Get
in
the
his
lead
lymph
out.
note.
There's actually a funny joke about like. So yeah, what if somebody's like, "Is there a doctor in the house?"
Well,
and then the
technically, I am, right?
Right, technically I am, and the doctor of music plays like. Sorry, Siri's yelling at me over here. So it's like the doctor of music stands up and plays the Dies Irae, which is like the Mass of the Dead.
Oh.
And if you watch the movie The Shining, that theme is in the beginning of The Shining.
Oh.
Anyway, it's supposed to be like death, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was supposed to be a funny joke about is there a doctor in the house? But I turned it not funny somehow.
No,
Because
but
it's not a very
I
good
could totally see. I could totally see how that would be a panic. Like, oh my god.
It was one of those dad jokes.
It was a dad joke for sure. Yeah. What were we talking about? Boomers, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're the coolest dad ever. I would love to see the little babies coming in there and then putting them on the lap and then you teaching them a little bit of piano because that's when you started. You started at 3, right? Like your daughter. So.
Yeah, and I give her music lessons.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
nice.
I
And
love
she,
Maybe
what
a
she
prodigy.
does, she just plays around with my looper, and she's like, "Hey," into the microphone, and then loops it. So it's just like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey."
You should just take that and write music with that.
Good.
And also, children inspire so many artists to write songs, like John Lennon, like Beautiful Boy,
Mm-hmm.
all those beautiful songs. I could see you doing all that.
Yeah, I've had some ideas. I like I said, it's just like, oh, that'd be cool to put into a song. Just like file that away somewhere. And so yeah, I've had some ideas. I just gotta sit down and.
Hey, we're already
Put 'em out
putting
there.
pressure on him. He's like, when his daughter gets married, it's like, oh, I'm gonna write her my own song.
Yeah, there we go. There we
Right?
go. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. I really like
Beautiful.
that actually. There's okay. Yeah.
Some sentimental value right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Beautiful.
All right. Dr. Nyce, it's a pleasure having you. Thank you for
Pleasure
your time.
being here. Thank you so much. I've had a blast. Thank you.
I'm
And thanks,
glad.
chat. Thanks, chat.
You guys
Yeah.
rock too. You guys are amazing. Thanks everyone who stayed here the entire stream. I know there was is your wife in the chat too?
Yeah, it's TV head.
There she is.
Vivian! Oh, nice to meet you. Oh, see, yeah. I mean, that's another thing is having a spouse that also supports and loves what you do. That's really
Yeah,
important.
for
I
sure.
see that a lot on streams, and I love seeing that. It's awesome.
Yeah, she's busted.
Aw.
Busted.
Well, guys,
Awesome.
I hope you stick around for the raid. We're gonna raid somebody that's actually expecting a baby. So he's the streamer, he's the drummer, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get him for
From Tasmania.
yeah, he's from Tasmania, guys. Like Tasmania. So guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good night. And don't forget to follow Dr.Nyce. He also has a YouTube channel and also Instagram, so he posts clips on there and also on YouTube. And I hope you put that in there. Did you?
Yeah, the timer went off.
All right, great.
Perfect timing.
Awesome, boom, there you go. All right, guys. Let's see if we get a raid command. You want
I
to
got
do
it here, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, And I'll see you next week. We have Alpine. He is from Germany, and he's a drummer, and that's going to be super fun. So next week, stay tuned for that. And thank you so much again, Doc. Dr. Nyce, you're amazing. And
Thank you.
I wish you the best. And always remember, you can always come back here whenever you like. You're always here. And if you have friends here in New York too.
Yes. And when everything is back to normal and we're in New York,
yeah, we're definitely gonna get together.
Look us up.
We're gonna hit
jam out. You bring that little blowable keyboard of yours.
We'll do.
All right, guys. I'll see you on the next stream. Take care. Bye.